Good morning, everyone, and welcome to my living room, dining room area. And there's Rosie. Rosie, say hi to everyone. Hello. I thought I would get back on here. Ooh, I'm pretty shaky today. And do a quick run through. There we go. Run through of the wonderful things, clothing items that were found in the two trunks that my wonderful, sweet, sweet, beloved friend Sherrie Cutler's got at auction, and then lovingly gifted the museum, and then we ended up trading for it. But yeah, I wanted to show this to you real quick and apologize for being absent. This last month has not been an awesome month for some of my family's health and my own health. I had a very beloved friend pass away, graduated to heaven, and then my mom and dad both had surgery, and then my mom had emergency surgery, and so I was on high alert for a couple weeks, and then following those couple of weeks, I was on body repair mode, psyche repair mode. So that explains the absence of the videos for the House of White Museum. But onto this, my sweet friend Sherrie, like I said, won 2 trunks at auction, and let's see, when was it? Tuesday. She went to pick them up, and she had asked if she could come over and we could open the trunks together. And of course I said, yes, please. I did have a doctor's appointment, and so the doctor said that we are going to work on my high blood pressure and the migraines that I'm getting from the stress and anxiety daily. I mean, they are horrible. I wake up with them. I wake up in the middle of the night with them. So we're going to work on my high blood pressure, the migraines, and then we will move on to other things. But I had that doctor's appointment, and so Sherrie met me after the doctor's appointment, and we sat here on the floor, and we took a picture of what happened to my floor. As Sherrie says, it looked like a stagecoach got held up and all the trunks were just exploded. You know how bandits would go through trunks just throwing things out of the trunks in a flurry. That's what it looked like right here. So I will put the picture that we took of that. But we had a wonderful day looking at all the beautiful things, and we had tea and carrot cake, and it's just always a beautiful pleasure being in the presence of Sherrie. Thank you, my dear, for that day. Yes, of course, for the beautiful things, but also for your friendship and your love and compassion. I just appreciate you so much. So yeah, let's get on to just a brief overview of what stayed at my house from those trunks. We'll come over here. Some amazing shoes. And these are, I tried them on and they were too big for me, which those are big. Those are big size shoes, which I don't have any big size women's shoes in my collection. So I'm just so thrilled to have those living here now. And then these, let's see. These, I have 2 men's side button black boots, but these are women's. Look at that sweet heel. And then the inside, I need 3 arms, don't I? Maybe 4. Hello, 4 would be good. Okay. The label. Look at that beautiful purple. And the label is American Lady Specials, and the maker, Hamilton Brown Shoe Company. And this is so fun because the original shoes, when they came from the factory, the buttons were over here. And this happened a lot. So if the boots did not fit, the buttons would be moved. A pair of my American Duchess shoes, no, they were Mom's. Yeah, we had to move the buttons. No, mine too. Yeah, so Mom and I both had American Duchess shoes that the buttons did not work for our ankles and our calves. And so we had to move them over. And that is very authentic because that is what ladies and gentlemen did when the original shoes came out. I think that is so fabulous. And then these boots, and the reason I like these is because of that. a lot of shoes, if they were worn a lot, and these were worn a lot, look at the wear on the soles here. But a lot of the shoes would break at that crease there, that, I'll call it a joint. That's probably not what it is. But this is on both of these shoes. This was put on to keep the heel and the sole from separating when you walked. I think that is so brilliant. So that is a beautiful education little boot for the museum. Fantastic. I'll do some more research on those and do a full video on that. And then here are some men's ankle boots. And these are heavy. Very lovely. And then these are late 20s, early 30s shoes. Look at that heel. Isn't that sweet? And of course the leather is coming off and somebody has taped it. I'm going to research how to repair shoes. And then, okay, we have some wool spats. They have a little bit of damage. Those silly moths, you know. Yes, my brain's not working again. But yeah, they're beautiful. And then here's a pair of spats, and I believe these might be medical for sprained ankles and such. I'll do research on that. And then 2 men's collars. And this is really stiff. I will be washing these. There are some that I need to wash. Some of the clothing I was able to steam to get the wrinkles out, and then of course to get the odor out, because they more than likely have not been out of the trunks they were in at least 60 years, maybe even 70 years. And so they got a little bit fragrant in there. Here we have a beautiful leather purse that has the key so that you can open it. Isn't that pretty? And then a very small, I'm gonna call it a handkerchief pouch, and there is a handkerchief in there, and I do want to do a video. Many people will be grossed out by it. I think it is fantastic because this was, you know, Edwardian, late teens, 1920s. There is a handkerchief in there, and there is residue from a nose in this handkerchief. You know what? A lot of people, everybody that I've told about it is totally grossed out. I think it is fantastic because a lot of times when we get these things, we just view them as, oh, it's a handkerchief. It's pressed, it's cleaned, it's pretty, it smells good, it's not soiled. In there is proof that somebody used a handkerchief and left it in there. I will do a video on that. I will do a warning so that you don't have to watch it if boogies freak you out. My mom is just so disgusted. And then here are 2 tie pins. Really pretty. And this rose is quite large. It goes with the I'm pretty sure it goes with the 1930s party dress that I have over here. I need to give that a good steaming. Okay, so coming over here, there is this beautiful, I believe this to be 1930s, a dicky or a chemise set or an insert, and it feels like rayon. That's why I believe it's 1920s, 1930s. I need to wash. These I need to wash, and then the items that are over on the couch need a good washing. But here's a pair of black stockings, and these are fun because they have a hole. And then these are splendid, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Again, people, when they get their antiques, they like them to be clean, pressed, whatever. But when we pulled these out of the trunk, I had to turn them inside out, and the feet, you know, when you're in socks all day and they get a little, and you leave them on the floor for a few days, they get a little crusty, no, stiff, you know. They're not soft and pliable like when you pulled them out of your drawer. But these, it appears like the lady who wore these just peeled them off, left them inside out, and didn't wash them. And I really would like to not wash them because, again, we know in our brain that people wore these, but when you get like the historical boogies and the, the antique boogies and the socks that were not cleaned, it is a tangible proof that someone actually wore these. I'm probably the only one that understands this. Everybody else probably thinks I'm crazy, but yeah, that's my thought on that. So we'll go over here to the couch, and these are things that I need to wash, some more things I need to wash. This is a woman's under probably 1920s. I'm going to do a lot of more research on here. Both of the straps unbutton, and it has this bit down here. Now, if it were a men's, it would have a flap so that they could, you know, use the facilities. More research on that. And then there are 3 men's bib front shirts that need washed. They were just jumbled up and thrown in the bottom of one of the trunks. This one's still highly starched, but these 2 you enter from the back, and this one is front closing, but it's got these interesting flaps. So I'm going to have to do research onto what those are. I find them very fascinating. And then down here at the end is a 1916, 1917 skirt that needs washed because she's a little odoriferous and just needs a nice washing. She appears to be linen. Linen, or oh no, she's got the barbs like wool does. Maybe a linen wool mixture. Anyway, there's that. Okay, so let's show you this real quick. Isn't she stunning? 1916, 1917 again. And this was so exciting to me because the World War I era, I do not have hardly any fashion from that era. And so when these came out and Sherrie said, so what makes your heart happy? I was like, oh, the 1916, 1917 things. She said, they're yours. So she's beautiful. She's wool. And look, isn't this fun? And again, I will do individual videos of these items so we can talk about them. Look at the inside. And she is wool. The pockets. She's fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so let's go over here on the clothing rack. All right, here is a 1913 party dress, and she needs to be washed. She's pretty grungy. She's got some bug husks on her. And that pink rose over there, I wonder if it went here, because there's not a lot of excitement on the bodice like there usually is with 1930s outfits. But yes, how fun. And then I believe this to be a 1913 slip petticoat. This is crinoline down here, and then this feels like rayon again. Rayon. So, ooh, black does not like being videoed. Look at all that graininess. How weird. And then here is, this looks like the bodice to an Edwardian era walking suit. And I'm really excited to do a video on this because you get to look at the inside and how not perfectionist those insides are, which is lovely if you have decided to become a historical costumer. This is proof that the women who actually wore the clothes that we are emulating did not have perfect insides. Wonderful. And then here we have a black petticoat, and this is cotton, and then down here is silk. And oh, these are fun. These are gym bloomers. Aren't those fun? Those are going to be washed as well. They are cotton, so I feel okay washing them. Winter gym bloomers. Aren't those fun? And then 2 1920s swim outfits. I believe this one's a lady's. And then this one here is a man's. And Sherrie has another one that she's going to fix the moth holes in them before it comes back to live at my house. And this is kind of an orangey red. The one that she has is a red. So fun. And then here's what I believe to be a petticoat, but because this feels like it's very rough, it's not soft, it is see-through. It feels kind of like a crinoline, and it's short. So I'm of the belief that this is a petticoat from the 1916, 1917 era. And then I have another tuxedo. Oh man, the lighting is just horrible, isn't it? So there are the pants, and they have belt loops, but they also have the buttons for the braces / suspenders. So I don't know what year this is. It might be late 1916, 1917. It is a lovely wool. I mean, I've got some scratchy wool. There's hardly any scratchiness in this. And they're long. They would fit my Colton. And then 2 vests. When I do videos on these, like I will dress a mannequin in the tuxedo, I will do another video because you just need to see the beauty of this. And then these buttons are so cool. They're removable. So you have the buttons, and then on the inside, they have those. And so you can remove the buttons and replace them with different ones. So fun. Back of this one is cotton, and then here's another one, and it's got this silk brocade and then silk on the back. And the cool thing about this one is there are no buttons, so you can see the buttonholes, but on the inside, this was new. This had never been worn. Wadsworth. So the price was Wadsworth. And then the beautiful tuxedo jacket. And then lapel, the lower lapels are silk, and it's got rounded. I don't think that's called a breakaway. I'll have to do some research on that. I'm not really up on men's fashion, but I am just delighted to have another man's tuxedo. Here is a wool 1916 dress. Just a plain one, but she's still amazing. She is in fabulous shape. Very good. Then this fun thing is, again, from that era, 1916, 1917, and it's silk crepe. I'm having a difficult time with this. So it's got soutache, but then it's got these silk embroidery things on down here, but they're coming out. So I'm wondering if I should take those out or try and repair it. Let me know in the comments what you think I should do. And then the back. And then these are fun. They don't look to be finished because neither one of them, the gold lapel and then the green lapel, has closures on the openings. And this is interesting because under here, this silk right here, let's see, I'll do it on the back. So this silk right here is a satin, and it feels really nice and soft. But then on the back, can you hear that crunchiness? It's silk, but it's super crunchy. So I don't know if they starched it or I don't know. And the collar up here is crunchy too. And then this one has a little bit of crunch to it. So very interesting. Cute little buttons. And then here's a green one. Very interesting too. It's got the cute little buttons. I don't know if there were sisters and mom made sisters bodices that were not totally matchy-matchy, but had the same elements to them. Some more buttons. This color is like a bright Kelly green. It's beautiful. Let's see if I can get... Nope. Oh, okay. And then this right here is the pièce de résistance. I want to put it on a mannequin. I don't want to crush the purple, and so I'll have to, well, I'm going to do a video on it just by itself, but it is a full length, very heavy. I don't do weights well. I want to say 20 pounds, but 20 pounds is really heavy. It might be 10 pounds. It might be 8 pounds. It is super heavy. This wool is super, super thick, but it is 1916, 1917 ladies full length coat. And it's got these loops over here that fasten to these buttons over here. Look at this ginormous button right here. There's the label. And then it has the very large waistband that comes around. It really wasn't at the waist. It was more like the lower rib cage. But yeah. So, like I said, I'm going to keep healing, keep getting better. Figure out why I got the migraines and the high blood pressure, because I love doing these videos for you all to do a little bit of education for the Howe Museum, the House of White Museum. I can't wait because it delights my heart. It makes me happy to share these things with you. So again, thank you so much, Sherrie, for this incredible gift of fabulous fashion for the House of White Museum. All right, guys, I will chat with you later. Have a good weekend. Oh, yes, right. Today is my son's birthday. Colton is turning 20. Oh, pardon me, that was a little gag because I'm not old enough to have a 20-year-old. But my boy turns 20 today, so we're going to be celebrating him this weekend. All right, guys, talk to you later. Toodaloo.